So the last episode of Loki Season 1 dropped yesterday on Disney+, so we now have 3 MCU TV shows. And so today I, the film watcher, am going to rank all of them. This is not including, like, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., any of the ABC ones, Hellstrom, Legion, or Daredevil, or any of the Marvel Netflix shows. No, this is just WandaVision, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Loki. The ones that are directly tied to the canon of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. No other ones. And I'll probably be updating this like every other time a new TV show comes out, because, I mean, What If is probably going to end in like 2 to 3 months. So I don't want to do this video again in 2 to 3 months, because it'd just be my exact same thoughts. So let's do this. Now, before I get started, I want to reiterate, I like all these shows. I think all of them are great in their own ways, and some just make bigger blunders than others. And with that said, in last place, unfortunately, is The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Look, it's great. It's a phenomenal show. If I was rating it on the first 5 episodes alone, it would crack my top 2. It might even be my number 1. But unfortunately, it makes some big blunders in the finale, which I am so sad about, because they were so close to perfection. They were on the verge of greatness. They were this close! This close! So it bothers me that they make so many mistakes here. 1, John Walker. First 5 episodes, he's amazing. I love him. And then in the last episode, they decided to redeem him. Why, you ask? Oh, I have no idea. It just seemed like a great idea to redeem this character that everyone figured was going to go insane. He should have killed Carly. He killed that other guy, that other flag smasher, and he wasn't even the one who killed Lamar. Carly murdered Lamar in cold blood for no reason, and Walker just let her walk away scot-free. What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Marvel? Are you out of your mind? So yeah, I do not like the way that they handled this character, because there is no reason to give him a redemption arc. He's so good as just being this completely insane lunatic. It was fine if he had gone insane from the serum. That should have happened. And I get that now Elaine from Seinfeld is now going to take advantage of him with the serum and make him U.S. agent and all that. But no, I wanted to see him kill Carly here, because the way that Carly is actually taken out is stupid. She's taken out by freaking Sharon Carter, the power broker. Look, I know Disney has done a lot of twist villains, and not all of them are very good, but at least they usually put up some red herrings. So even if it's predictable, at least there's red herrings. Here, nope. No, it was as if the writers had never heard the phrase red herring in their life. They were just like, oh, let's make this twist super predictable. I was interested in seeing who the power broker might be. I had no idea. I'm an idiot. I am a fool. I had no idea who it was going to be until like the 5th episode, and I was like, oh, so Sharon ordered Batroc to go see the Flag Smashers? So that would mean she's probably the power broker, right? Oh, no. And then it turns out, whoop-de-doo, she was. No clever subversive techniques. Look, the Mandarin twist is probably worse, but this is still stupid. Like, at least that was clever. At least it was subversive. This? I saw this coming a mile away. Most of that was because YouTube told me, but still. And the way the twist is done is so bad. It's like, she just, in one scene, she's like, it's like, oh, I'm the power broker. Let me spell it out for you. Here, I'll take my pen and I'll write on the camera, Sharon is the power broker, because no one could have known. So yeah, the last episode of this series really drops the ball in the villains. area, to the point where it is not an exaggeration to say that freaking Batroc, is the only villain who was done justice. Because I liked what they did with Carly in the last episode, but she was taken out easier than Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. Oh yeah, also Elaine from Seinfeld was fine, but she wasn't a villain. That's a tease for when she's going to be a villain in the future. This show bothers me because it dropped the ball in so many key areas, when my only problem with it thus far, before the finale, had just been it took too long for Sam and Bucky to get together, which is such a minuscule complaint that it's not even worth mentioning. Why did I even mention it? I should have been focusing on what they did with John Walker and friggin' Sharon. That said, if the rest of the show is great, I mean what I said. If I was rating this show on the first 5 episodes, it would easily be like top 10 MCU stuff ever, because it's awesome. Like, everything that they do, all the racial tension stuff, which I did not expect this show to tackle, is brilliantly handled. The two main characters are both great in their own ways, in their own individual arcs, and they just banter off of each other so well. Aside from the finale, I think all the villains are great. John Walker is fantastic, until the last episode, but we don't talk about that. And then Carly is really good. Even up to in the last episode, she's great. And in the last episode, it's still a really good episode. Like, Sam gives this great speech that was just so cool to see. I think the Isaiah Bradley stuff is phenomenal. Like, everything they did with that character, I thought was fantastic. The action in the show is spectacular. I loved seeing Zemo again. I was even kind of interested in seeing Sharon again, until she actually showed up, but still. So yeah, overall, it's a great show, but it's kind of lackluster in a couple of areas, so yeah, unfortunately, it's in last for right now. Hopefully it won't stay that way, but that's where I'm at right now. Number 2, WandaVision. I probably could have done a tie between Falcon and Winter Soldier and WandaVision for number 2, because I think they're both equally really, really good up until, like, the last episode. Okay, did the MCU forget how to write great villains? Like, Falcon and Winter Soldier drops the ball on the villains. WandaVision drops the ball on the villains. Black Widow, it didn't even have good villains to begin with. Loki, as great as it was, didn't even have a main villain. I mean, yeah, you kind of did with He Who Remains, but please, that was a tease for what would come in the future. So, yeah. I don't know. And again, with WandaVision, I think that both of the villains become so over the top in the last episode. Like Hayward, I actually kind of liked Hayward before, but here he just becomes this arrogant buffoon who just talks in such a cartoonish way. He's like, They'll forgive me for bringing in such a valuable asset. I will be rewarded. And then he starts shooting at the little kids. And I know they're not actually kids. I know they're not real. But who cares? They're still kids. And then with Agatha, she becomes this power-hungry lunatic. It's like that kind of dumb motivation of, I want power. And as great as Agatha was, yeah, she kind of got worse in the last episode. And then the show also kind of failed to realize that Wanda was kind of the big bad. Like, I mean, like, she kind of just flies away. I know she lost her family. There's that whole thing of, they'll never know what you sacrificed for them. And then Wanda's like, it wouldn't change how they see me. Yeah, that's true. It wouldn't change how they see you. Like, yeah, she lost her fake family. Oh no. She enslaved an entire town hostage for a week. So she could be in the Brady Bunch. That is what she did. That is insane. But still, it's a great show. I love all the sitcom stuff they do. There were a couple areas where it kind of faltered a little bit, where it probably could have been a little funnier, but overall, I think it was done expertly. I don't mind the Ralph Boner thing, like the fake Quicksilver twist, because I don't want to see the Fox X-Men in the MCU. I don't like the Fox X-Men movies. I don't want to see Hugh Jackman Wolverine showing up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Deadpool, okay, Deadpool is different. Deadpool can break the fourth wall as much as he wants. I don't want to see stupid love triangle Wolverine and his stupid relationship with Jean Grey. I do not really like the X-Men movies. There's some good ones, but I don't like them overall. But I think they did this in a pretty clever way. So yeah, the show can be dramatic, and can be funny, and again, up until the last episode, it's got really good villains. I think Agatha is great. Overall, I think the stuff in the real world is really cool. A lot of the cinematography and the production design and the costume design in the show is expertly done. I love it. It's an amazing show. I've rewatched it more times than either of the other two, which I've only watched like two times each. So, yeah. But number one, by far, without question, is Loki. Like, I don't know, I was a little bit nervous for the finale of Loki because, again, the finales of Falcon and Winter Soldier and WandaVision kind of dropped the ball, but Loki didn't. Loki managed to stick the landing really well while setting up a lot of things for the future, and it did it really, really nicely. I mean, still, the only problem I have with Loki is the weird lady at the Renaissance fair. Oh my god, I've talked to people about it, and they're like, she was confused why there were cop people there. And I'm like, yeah, but she was still kind of weird and kind of annoying. But if that's my biggest problem with the series, then it's amazing. It is, at this point, probably in my top 10 favorite shows of all time. It's so good. It's so good. Oh my god, all the time travel shenanigans are done so well. I think Loki as a lead character works really, really well. All the variants that we see of him, especially Sylvie, are fantastic. And I really like how Loki's character arc is how he learns to care about another person as much as he cares about himself, except that other person is himself. That's either really, really weird or really, really funny. I have said that I didn't really want to see a relationship between Sylvie and Loki, but I don't care. He was done really well and it's in character, so yeah. I think the action in the show really works. The music is great. I think all the side characters who aren't a variant of Loki are fantastic. Like Mobius. Mobius is one of the funniest things in the MCU in a while. And I think two characters like Ravonna and Hunter B-15, who were kind of boring in the beginning, really got better as the show went along. The intrigue was built up in a truly exceptional manner. I think all the production design in this show is phenomenal. All the visual effects were great. And it gave us the greatest thing in the history of television, Frog Thor. I've been wanting to see Frog Thor for a while now, and I've been thinking, like, I wasn't expecting him to be in this show. I wasn't expecting Chris Hemsworth to be in this show at all. But he actually came in to record new dialogue of just him going like, as he was talking as a frog in a jar. That is how committed Chris Hemsworth is to his craft. So yes, I absolutely adore this series. I was hooked with every single episode, and it ended in a way that made me excited not only for the future of the series, because we know we're getting into season 2 now. We did before, and I think Marvel should have waited to reveal that there was going to be a season 2 before they revealed it here. So there was that. Also, what happened to Casey? Seriously, where did that guy go? He was funny in the first episode, and he was never there again. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, yeah, it's the conclusion of Loki. is fantastic, and in my opinion, it is going to lead into What If. I'm really excited for What If. Give me your ranking of all the Disney Plus MCU TV shows. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep calm and watch out.